Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with James Mason. And our goal is to bring you insights and ideas every day into your daily trading activities. And today, got a couple of good conversations coming up. Good morning, James. How are you doing?
Todd, I'm doing well. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Hope you got a couple of good conversations because I just told everyone we did.
I really don't. I was like, well, that's news to me, and that's going to be pretty hard for me to come up with good conversations in the next 3 seconds.
No, I think we can talk about one here, but what's going on in the market this morning?
Oh man, I don't know. Maybe Jerome Powell. The futures are up pretty significant. So Dow futures are up 261 points. S&P 500 futures are up 35 points. Let me just share my screen really quickly. We'll go into the S&P 500, and let's just go to the daily chart. All right. So if you guys remember a few days ago when I last spoke about the overall market, and I was fully expecting it to honestly just like keep like breaking down right here. But, I did say like the whole, what if factor, and basically like, what if it started pushing up here? Well, this is what we have to watch out for. And if you remember, I was talking about like these two ranges right here, this 44.20 and then down here at 42.47. You just, it's going to be hard to trade in those ranges. So now while the futures are pushing up here to 44.20, this is going to get very hard. And what I'm afraid of, well, not really afraid, that's kind of a little dramatic, but what I'm concerned about is actually what's going to happen at this point. It's probably going to get a little weird if we do break above here. And there's a good chance that if it does break above here, I would start to talk bullish again about the market, and I hate that. It's not that I'm like a bear or nothing really in the market, but I just, all the analysis that I've done looking at the market and all the macro events, to start talking bullish again just doesn't feel right for me. But the charts don't lie. I mean, you have to go off what the charts say, regardless of what the news is. That's the only thing that matters in the end, is what the chart is saying. So, and that goes for every stock.
James, how long you been trading and been doing what you do?
Since January 2012.
So you're going on your 10-year anniversary coming up here. Don't you know that stocks always just go up?
They go up when you're expecting them to go down.
That is true.
All right, so looking here at the daily chart, if the S&P 500 starts to break above this 44.20 range, for me personally, it's going to put me into this mindset of just uneasiness, being unsure of what's actually going to go on. I mean, the charts would literally be setting up as a reversal at that point. And I just have a hard time with all the macro events that are going on that are bearish, of honestly accepting that. I mean, and it really doesn't matter what I accept or don't accept in the market, because the market's going to do its own thing. But I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to get ran through the ringer in the market. But let's just say that the futures do push up right here. I would be very concerned about what's going to happen at 44.85. Now, if we break above 44.85, then hell, it's going to be a reversal. But I'm just wondering if the rug is going to be pulled somewhere right in here. and then it just keeps dropping. Overall, the Bollinger Band lines, if you look at this middle line, I mean, we're pushing. I mean, it's like pushing straight down. It's pointing down at an angle. But at some point, even though that line is pushing down in an angle like that, which is a signal for our overall trend, at some point when there is a reversal, that line will be pointed down while the candles are going up, and that's what brings that average up. So this whole range right in here, we'll just say this whole big ass range. This whole range right in here is where a lot of traders are going to jack up their accounts. Like, people are going to be going long when the market's selling off, and when they start feeling that, oh man, I should just go short, buy puts. They're going to buy puts when it bounces and just get hit again. So this entire range on this chart, we can just take a big old brush and we'll just do this, and y'all can see it right there. This entire range is going to probably script everybody's accounts. Let me just erase that. All right. So with all that being said, guys, I could have summed it up with just be careful. All right. So
but it was better to share Alana's artwork with us this morning, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So good morning, everybody. Let's see what we got going on through the comments really quickly.
Johnny Walker in the house. Thank you for the coffee tip. Appreciate that.
Let's see.
Nice words from Stephen Gray. Put that on your screen, James. It's nice when we get a nice compliment like that.
Where's it at?
The very near the bottom.
Let's see what we got. Hey, Stephen, appreciate that. Thank you. It's a hard job for me to do it all, but I appreciate it. And that was nice to add Todd and the crew in as well.
Well, I was going to say that I think, we talk about UI and Johnny, but really we've got several admins and mods that help us with our social media, and they probably don't get enough credit. So the crew includes all them. So you're right. Thank you.
Yeah, they definitely don't get enough credit.
Yeah,
with the crap they have to put up with, man.
Absolutely.
All right. Actually, what?
All right, we're about 8 minutes from the market. You want to talk about a ticker?
Yeah, let's talk about CEI.
Yeah, I don't understand the love affair with CEI. It's traded 28 million shares this morning already.
Yeah, guys, this thing is getting diluted.
Huge.
And really, like, from the company's perspective, they haven't had a run like this in forever, and they're needing to raise capital. I can't blame them. It ran up over $4. Heck, almost $5. I can't blame them for selling shares. That's how companies save themselves, in hopes of that they'll do the right thing and actually keep building their company with the money that they raise. But man, if y'all are still holding shares of CEI like above $3, y'all gonna marry this stock. That's all there's to it. Like,
this stock might not see $2 again for a long time.
Yeah, I have a hard time. I would have a hard time betting that it would go up above $2 for a while. I could be wrong, but I'm not against the stock, but I'm just speaking the obvious here. And a lot of y'all don't like to hear the obvious because it's not conducive to what your plans were for the market.
GGut82, he's in the stock. His position is $1.05. I'd be curious to hear his comments, what his plan is, what his trade is, because I know a lot of people are looking to short this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, even for the people looking to short this, what are they thinking? I mean, it's already been pushed down.
They're literally shorting for pennies, which
is stupid.
Which doesn't make any sense because it could easily just flip and run 60 cents.
Yeah, that 105 average. I won't lie. That 105 average. That's a solid average. Me personally, since it's at 127 pre-market, I'd at least put a stop loss, probably about. Let's see. I put a stop loss probably about 110, just so you don't get beat up on it. It's better to walk away at breaking even or just slight profits than for something to happen and this just gets slammed and it goes back down below $1. So just be careful. But for all the people who are still holding on to it above 3, I don't get it. This is not bouncing back. Not happening. That right there, that says game over. I mean, there's no other way to say it. So CEI is getting diluted like crazy. I don't even understand why people are trying to pump it on social media. It's not bouncing back anytime soon. Yeah. But what do I know? Oh, let me talk about BEBIG really quick.
Oh, yeah. I made a little money on BEBIG this morning.
Very nice. So BEBIG. So first one run right here, this first squeeze. I mean, we've had a couple little pops, in the past, but no big deal. But this first squeeze happened right here, obviously, on the chart. Now, what we want to look for coming up in BEBIG is BEBIG actually has potential for its secondary run. So they are still pretty decently shorted. And what we want to see, okay, so pre-market, we're up to 602. Let's see what we actually hit a high pre-market.
645.
Yeah, perfect. So 645, we went up to pre-market. Let's see, that would be about right in here. We want to see it get back above those pre-market highs. That's me personally. I mean, and again, you guys are going to have to make up your own decision. If I was trading this, I would wait for it to break above that pre-market high to take that long entry. And maybe y'all can get that secondary run. And what I mean by that is if you look at a lot of the charts on the daily chart, now the daily time frame, when there's like a short squeeze or a pump and dump or whatever's going on, you'll see the first run, it's always pretty significant. That second run, you have to wait for it to bottom out, start going sideways, and then make your entry, wherever it's going to be at its current bottom. And then that second run, it usually tends to be about half of what that first run was. Now, I'm not saying that is going to be 100% true for BEBIG, but there's a good chance that in the end that the second run is going to kind of fizzle out somewhere right in here. Unless if they just keep trying to short it and building up that short interest. But I would look for a target price around 825. That would just be me, just trying to be conservative. And I just want to show you really quickly, Todd, how much time we have left?
2.5 minutes.
Okay. So talking about that. Okay. So here's a good example, AMC. So we see that squeeze coming up, and then it comes down. This is the setup, what I'm talking about, where it will bottom out, and then it will make that secondary run, which is what I just said. Like it's usually half the size of the previous run. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about that secondary run. So that's kind of like that setup right there for AMC on the daily chart. That's kind of what I would expect to see in BEBIG come up in the future. Now, I know a lot of people are trying to talk this one up about gamma squeezes, mammoth squeezes, whatever kind of squeezes that they're saying nowadays. Don't get caught up in the hype, guys. Those secondary runs are pumps, so all the people who are holding bags can get the hell out. That's all that is. But you can make good money on those secondary pumps. And almost all the time, like that's oxymoron. A lot of times you do have that secondary run. So it's about hitting it right and then getting out before they start dropping it. So that is all we have today. We appreciate y'all tuning in. And let's see what the market gives us. So Todd, do you have anything else?
No, be careful, be smart with your trades. We're about 30 seconds to the start of the market. Have a great day.
All right. Everybody trade safe, trade smart, and put the stop losses in. Except there's just one. I know we weren't going to talk about Todd, but there's just one ticker that I don't have a stop loss in anymore on. So, all right, guys. So trade safe, trade smart, and we will see y'all later.